Big time guest in the building today. We've been looking forward to this one for a long time. We got one of the most beloved men on the PGA Tour, coming off a great rookie season. We know him, Colt, as Big Beautiful, which we're pushing for hard. The rest of the world knows him as Harry Higgs. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.
By the way, I mean, we did start the nickname Big Beautiful.
Yeah, we need to dive into that.
We're pushing hard on it. Is it sticking at all?
No.
Damn it.
I've got no problem with it. So I don't know that I'll push for it to stick. You can't. It's not a true nickname if you have, if you force it or but you guys came up with it. I'm all in. Big, beautiful, sure. I'm never going to be small.
That's a good point.
I appreciate
very true.
the fact that you highlight my beauty. I don't know that I'm beautiful. But big, beautiful works.
First off,
No.
let me tell you
Don't
how big
sell
and
yourself
let me
short,
tell you how
bud.
big and beautiful you are. This is the first time we've ever filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Well, that's true.
People
We
come
do
out
have
for
a-
Big Beautiful
We
Harry
do have an
Higgs.
audience. Yeah, we do. We do.
You hear some applause tonight. That's where it's coming from.
Yeah.
He brought his own entourage with him tonight. But, the Big Beautiful. You didn't give yourself the nicknames. You don't have to feel bad about pushing it. We gave it. It's like a and one street ball type shit.
Ooh,
if
yeah.
someone else gives it to you, you just go with it.
Yeah.
Sleaze is the only one that gives himself
I
nicknames.
give myself names.
Yeah, so, I mean, I like you, but some people may not because you give yourself a nickname.
Correct.
You can't
As long
do
as
that.
you like me, who cares about everybody else?
Screw everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
But you wanted to talk a little bit about the flow he's got going on. I know you're a big fan of it.
Well, we just got off the course, dude, and you were wearing the hat all day. I said to you afterwards when you took it off, the flow is incredible. You just told me you hadn't had a haircut since March. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing good.
I do have good hat head.
Yes.
For sure. I know that some people put a hat on and it messes their hair up. I think it might improve mine. I have no idea what I look like, so I'm just going on. I didn't check myself in a mirror before all this because I'm Big Beautiful and
You don't need
I
to.
look good no matter what.
Effortless beauty.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Have you ever, I said this when we got done, have you ever considered being a visor guy? Because you got big head because you put mine on right after we got done playing.
Yeah.
And
Couldn't
you
believe
got
it fit.
And it somehow fit
I was
you.
shocked that it did. Normally it's like, make this bigger for me, dude. Come on.
It fit like a glove, and you have the flow for it. Any thought of working the visor in a repertoire?
I have not thought of it until you have now pushed it.
Mm-hmm.
I probably not. Like I feel like that's too much. The sex appeal
Too
with
sexy?
me. Yeah, it's ever increasing and growing, which is hilarious. It's absolutely not. But I feel like it might be too much if the flow is flowing with the wind, when a visor, that could be too much.
Yeah, a lot of people might not be able to take their eyes off something like that. Too sexy, like Antonio Banderas and SN. Yeah,
We'll leave you the visor.
Yeah.
All right.
I
We'll
think
let
I'll
Big
stick
Beautiful
with
wear
a
a hat.
hat.
If you ever want to, though.
I need to make the Ryder Cup team, though, because I for sure would wear no hat and just let the wind it would be all over the place. It would be lovely. The sunglasses on with no hat.
That's a very
would be
European
lovely.
team move.
Yeah, they
though.
love the no
You
hat.
like the no hat thing.
They've been winning, so
That's
maybe
a great
we take
point,
the hats.
Harry. Maybe that's
Touche.
what it takes to turn this thing around a
I
little
don't.
bit.
I couldn't say. I'd love to make the team. I do feel like I'd do well. I got a lot of good golf ahead of me before that.
Well, we played with you today, and your golf's looking rather nice.
Yeah,
I
it was
must
good.
say.
It was a lot better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, you carried your partner rather nicely.
I did. But my partner came in the clutch maybe
Somewhat.
once. Yeah.
But let's go back to some earlier years. You went to, by the way, this pains Sleaze because we got two SMU
I don't
Mustangs
think I ever
right
I've
now.
just
knew
kind of
that-
come to terms with it because it's like every year someone wins the USAM from SMU or plays in the finals and they come out and play on tour, and I've just kind of resigned to the fact that like it is what it is. We got Tom Hoagie, I think, carrying the
and TCU,
JJ
that's
Henry,
Tom.
does he have any? Is he still out there?
He's still out there.
occasionally?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, we only got two frogs out
Yeah.
there. So I just kind of resigned to the fact that like it is what it is.
SMU is better top to bottom.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, you gotta have one sport, you know.
Well,
It's our sport, but whatever.
Last time SMU and TCU got on the football field.
Yeah, you guys kind of ran scared this year too.
No, y'all ducked out for COVID, man. Tried to reschedule it 8 times.
I don't know that I heard that.
All right, well let's get to it. First you grew up in Kansas City.
Yes.
What got you to SMU?
Beautiful women.
I thought you were going to say you're trying to follow in the footsteps of Big Gravy, but whatever.
No, I mean, I had no idea who you were before I went to school.
Guess you didn't have a TV, Harry.
No.
Elaborate on that, please.
And I wasn't a huge. I mean, I'm a golf fan. I like watching golf, but I wasn't really that tuned into it until probably college, and then shortly thereafter, I realized, oh yeah, Colt went here, and then he had a ridiculously good both amateur and professional career. No, SMU was the first school to come visit me in Kansas City. That makes you feel kind of special as you think you're hot shit as an 18-year-old, and then, oh, wow, they're coming to my house they want me that bad. And then I made a visit, and we went to a boulevard, and it was a beautiful day, and there was a lot of beautiful women, and I don't even.
Sold.
We
Yeah,
might
that's
have
it.
gone into the game maybe for 5 minutes. And I was sold right then and there. That was signed, sealed, delivered. I'm coming here.
That's
So
all
that
it
was
takes
the-
is one
that was
good
the only
campus
visit?
visit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow, one visit.
One good campus visit with good
So you know,
weather.
Maybe a
Baby
trip
dolls,
to
baby dolls out and about.
we
and you
went
say,
to Home
"Let's
Bar,
go."
the Green Elephant, which was
It's a nice place.
as an
Never heard of it.
18-year-old. I don't know. I
I don't
wouldn't
think that's
imagine
really
they're
allowed
gonna
on
get,
your
yeah, I
recruiting
wouldn't
trips,
imagine.
whatever.
Yeah.
Let's
It
not
was
discriminate
lovely.
ourselves here.
It was a lovely weekend.
Yeah. But you were a solid player throughout SMU, but you were never the top dog. I mean, you were there with Bryson DeChambeau,
Yeah.
but you were talking to your coaches. You were a 2 or 3 man, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of 2 or 3 men in college don't really go on to play professional golf.
Sure.
You know, I mean, SMU is a great program, but it's not an Oklahoma State or Georgia or anything like that. But what gave you the belief that you could go out and be successful in professional golf, knowing you weren't even the top dog at your college team?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly was not. I think I had a few nice events my senior year, had a couple chances to win. One of the, I guess, best accomplishments for me for 4 years was I played every tournament. I traveled every week, which, I mean, sometimes I finished 60th, shot, a round or two in the 80s. Like, I really wasn't that good. What did it for me? I have no idea, but I always wanted to play professional golf. Being at SMU in Dallas, certainly met a lot of people that could help me both financially, really in any way, kind of chase the dream. So when I finished, I signed up, and I had good results my senior year. I thought I was ready. You turn pro, and then it was the same thing. Like it took me every bit of 3, almost 4 years. Kind of like in college. I started having good results my senior year. I didn't really start having great results professionally until my 3rd or 4th year as well. And now I feel like the ball is rolling, right? Like I've got my formula of what works for me. How do I get the best performances out of me? And now it's just off and running. Very lucky and fortunate through a lot of hard work and some good breaks here and there, good play when it mattered to have the ball rolling on the PGA Tour, right? I mean, had I not made it this far at this point, I don't know if I'd still be doing it.
That was going to be one of my next questions. Was at any point during those first 3 years, was it ever, hey, maybe golf's not for me?
Yes. Late the 3rd year, I went to first stage of Q school in St. George, Utah, it actually was a lovely place. Which, yeah, I mean,
That's
I had
some
not
friends
known,
out at that spot,
I
yeah.
knew nothing of St. George, Utah. Great golf course too. And I remember having a brief thought in the practice rounds leading up. I mean, you're zero money, if not negative money at this point, and thinking like, if I don't get through this, how am I going to go back to people and say, basically, give me more money to keep playing golf when I have no results really to show for it? And did I have a couple? Yes. In mini tour events, maybe a top 10 here and there, maybe 8 or so rounds consecutively in the 60s. But if it's 68 or 9, 8 times in a row, that's 2 events. You're probably not finishing any, unless you shoot 65 a couple times, you're probably not even cracking the top 20. So that was kind of the boat I was in. Show up to Utah, have these brief thoughts about it. And I remember being there in the practice rounds, not even really thinking that I had my best stuff, which is super fun at Q school, or really fun any week, but especially shitty there. Played 3 really, really solid rounds, was 1 inside the number. And then all morning that last day was like, okay, if I don't, this is it right here. This will show me whether or not this is for me. And I wasn't thinking of quitting the game, but at this point I was like, okay, this was probably October, maybe early October, first stage. I don't even remember. Fortunately, I haven't had to go to Q school in a while. If I'm not successful today, here and now, like I'm thinking Uber driver for money. I need to start being not negative money. Like I need something to come in here that maybe I can support myself for 6 months and then have some results and then have somebody sign on and do it. I went out and shot 63 and cruised through, no problem. And at that point, I was like, if I doubt there's any pressure harder than what I did it I put it all on myself. I doubt there's any pressure harder than what I just did, and the result that I just showed myself should carry me for years to come, and should potentially help in trying to accrue more finances to keep chasing this wild dream that I have. I went to second stage and probably finished 3rd from last or something like that. So it didn't really pan out that year, but I knew that under the gun, what I just did will help me. I had a few people sign on to help me pay. I mean, honestly, it was probably going to get me through 3 events in Latin America. and I still needed to go to Q school. This was 2017 was the first stage in Utah. Fail at second stage, go early 2018 down to Florida. I needed to go to Latin America Q school. But I literally said it aloud, and I wrote on a Post-it note, I am going to win the money list on the 2018 PGA Tour Latin America. Wow. Two Post-it notes, one on the mirror as I'm brushing my teeth, and I've never been a rah, let's do this. But I wrote it, I kept it there, and then one as I walked out of my bedroom door. And sure enough, I got status through the Latin America Q school that January, and then fast forward to, I think it was early December, I made a 6-foot on 18 to win the money list by $64. And then it was off and running,
works.
right? It was, and that year I had a few people sign on early, and I had a few people sign on as I had some good results. But I vividly remember the amount of money that I had. If you do all the math, I'm no good at math, but I could kind of guess that I would probably be able to play 5 to 6 events on that tour, which you can't do, right? You could win 2 of those, and it's not going to be good enough to get, to further any status. I finished 3rd in the second event, which was like $10,000 was huge. Now sadly I laugh at $10,000 now. It's amazing how fast
things change.
It's amazing how fast it changes, really, truly. And then I finished second 2 events after that, maybe the 4th event, and it was like, okay, now we're good. Now this pile of money that I've come to, I can for sure get myself through most of the fall. It's split up between the spring and the fall. And then I had a few more people sign on this summer. I had some good mini tour events that summer, and it was off and running. I just kept making more money and more money and more money. I won one. The last 4 events I went 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 4th.
I like that you say the pile of money.
Oh yeah, just keep coming.
It's all cash,
like
right?
Scrooge
Yeah, none of it's
cash every time.
Swimming in it.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing. When you're chasing it, is having some breathing room. Not knowing if I have a bad stretch here, I'm out of money. I got to go back to the well. When you were thinking about, in 2017 in Utah, if I don't play well today, maybe I got to think about doing something else. Was it more so, hey, I don't want to have to go raise more money to subsidize myself, or was it I don't think I want to play golf anymore?
It was not. I don't want to play golf. It was how can I go to these people and say
keep going to the well?
Don't turn the water off. Keep feeding, just keep donating basically money to me. And fortunately I had some good results shortly thereafter that it kind of opened up that spigot a little bit more, and they kept coming. Now fortunately they come quite often.
Yeah, you got a chance to make a lot of money every single week. But I want to know, because I thought when you got your PGA Tour card in the last event at Portland on the Korn Ferry Tour, you finished 5th on the season-long point list. But I thought when they announced your name, that you got your PGA Tour card, you came onto the green. It was one of the coolest celebrations. First off, what was that feeling like, and what was the party like that night?
The party was pretty much all week, because
perfect.
when you're in Portland in 5th, it is quite lovely.
Yeah.
And I missed the cut on Friday, and we went into the city and just had great lunches, drinks, great dinners. My mom and dad, I think my brother was there, my girlfriend was there. It was a lovely week. Portland being no stress is lovely. It was awesome. And I certainly did not plan. I thought I would be, all right, it was all alphabetical. So I was maybe the 10th person to go, being last name of H. I thought it was going to be, I was just going to walk up there yeah, of course, this is what I was going to do. All year long, I had great results all year. Yeah, this is what I was supposed to do. Just walk up there, shake some hands, get your card. And I just basically freaked out. I started clapping and started yelling. And I wouldn't say that my applause was louder, but certainly, the guys that come before me, it felt like people were louder. I'm sure they weren't. They're probably quieter. But no, I just started screaming and yelling. And that was one of the only times I remember in my life that I was pretty close to being in tears. I remember shaking Alex Baldwin, I think they call her the president of the then Web.com, now Korn Ferry Tour. And then, no, it would have been, and then Gary, it was already the Korn Ferry Tour, the Korn Ferry CEO. And I remember in that moment they said congratulations, and I was choppy getting the thank you out to them. It was thanks, damn near in tears. No, it was a great week altogether. It was really nice to be there without having to sweat it out.
Well, I think all of our female listeners are in tears knowing that you have a girlfriend now as well.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, all
4
sorry to break 4 hearts.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But you get your card, and I was looking at some stuff that you had going into your rookie year, and you had a list of goals, and one of them was basically, and I'm paraphrasing here, don't forget that you belong here. Don't
Sure.
forget that you've earned this and this is your spot. How do you think you did in the because that's the thing that we talk to with a ton of rookies. They have these huge amateur careers, like get on the Korn Ferry, go right to the tour, and then they all of a sudden freeze up and don't play well. How do you think you did in your first year, feeling like I've earned my spot here, I belong here with these guys, and instead of being like starstruck?
I would have said if 10 was great, like acted like I belonged the whole time, maybe a 7, which I thought was pretty good. I do believe that if you've gotten to the point where you can get a tee time on the PGA Tour, you can win on the PGA Tour. And there are guys that are on the mini tours, developmental tours, PGA Tour Latin America, Canada, Korn Ferry Tour, that are absolutely good enough to win on the PGA Tour. They just, I don't know whether it's not they don't act like it, or they haven't come to the like, okay, no, I'm going to get there. And when I get there, I belong. And I certainly early in the year, we're playing. It basically felt like we were playing Korn Ferry events. No disrespect to the events that we were playing in. They're big events, huge events, great PGA Tour events. But it didn't really feel like the PGA Tour season started. One, until either Tiger played or until we were playing in front of more than just our mom and dad and maybe a couple friends that came to the event. So I think that was a nice, great start in the fall. I definitely had, I guess it would have been this summer, a 4 or 5 week stretch where I didn't really have a whole lot. I was not very good. I was kind of not hitting it as well as I'd like to, like just making bad scores from good spots. And then when you have good numbers, hitting bad shots. So just not playing good golf. But I also thought that I spent about 4 or 5 weeks feeling small, right? Like I started getting bigger events. I remember Memorial at Muirfield Village, being there the week before, and I'd played like crap the week before, so that didn't make it any easier. And then they firm up the greens, and it just got infinitely more difficult. But I remember being there and finishing that week, missing the cut on Friday, and feeling like, dude, you haven't been acting like yourself. Like Rory's around now, Tiger's here every now and again, Justin Thomas, John Rahm, and are those guys better than me? Probably so. Can I beat them? Absolutely. Like walk up here and act like you're going to beat them. I'm gonna work my way to get to that level anyway. They're already there, but there's no reason why I can't compete with them week in and week out. And so I felt like I was playing small, and this was right around the time of the playoffs. And I kind of had a bit of an attitude switch, I guess, like, dude, just go out and beat people. I mean, that's what I do. It's not gonna always be the flashiest thing in the world. It's not. You wouldn't stand behind me on a range and just want to watch me because I'm hitting these unbelievable shots. Just go out there and beat people. Move the ball where it's supposed to go, make good scores on as many holes as possible, and beat people. They give us 4 days to do it. Like that's a lot of shots. That's a lot of holes. If you don't screw up a few times, you're going to be right there. Hit a couple wedges close, bury the par 5s. For me, par the par 3s and hole a couple putts. Like I'm going to be right there. And I had a good week in Boston to advance to Olympia Fields in Chicago, and then just didn't really have it in Chicago. And I actually had it early. Probably hit the worst golf shot that anybody's ever hit on the PGA Tour on Friday.
No chance.
No. This one was probably worse.
Well, before we get to that, because I do want to hear about that, but I don't know if you realize, like, it's not normal how you think. Like, how you have more self-confidence than a lot of people I've ever seen. Where does that come from?
That's a great
obviously,
question.
You're a great golfer.
Sure.
Your looks.
But, like, no, I mean, well, yeah, my
How
looks,
could you not
obviously.
be, bro?
It kind of goes back to, like, I was second, third, fourth, fifth best at times in college, but I knew that I was capable of it. I don't know where it's come from, but I know that when when I'm around the cut line, I always felt like, obviously that is heightened pressure. There's consequences for not hitting good shots or hitting bad shots. I felt like I always performed well then. I was tired of being around the cut line, and I need to be better more consistently to not get there that often this coming year. Same thing. When I had a chance to win or was in contention or was in 10th, I turned those weeks into a 5th place finish, or I haven't won yet, but I haven't felt like when I've had a chance to win that I've done anything wrong. I've just gotten beaten. And I've always viewed myself in that way, that when it gets to when the gun's really going off, when it really truly matters, I felt like I was my best performing self. I have no idea where that comes from. And really for damn near 4 years of college and 4 years as a professional, it shouldn't have really been there anyway. Like, I didn't have results to think or act or view myself in this way, but I just kept doing it and knew that if I, just keep getting a little bit better each day. I know it's so cliche and, get better each day. But it truly, if you do that over and over and over, and then think of yourself in the highest regard, it's next to impossible with a good break here and there. It's next to impossible not to have great weeks more often than not.
Well, you got to have a little bit of talent.
Well, true.
But that's a rare thing. I feel like you're born with that or you're not. Like, some people are glass half full, some people are not. We know people on both sides of that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you seem to be the.
I don't even have a glass.
It's
my glass is a little full.
But it's everyone that I've reached out to talk to you, whether it be Kelly Craft, former SMU Mustang, Josh Gregory, Jay Finlow, your coaches, your brother Alex Higgs, who caddies for you. Every single one of them says he has more self-belief than anyone I've ever been around.
Yeah.
And for a guy like Josh Gregory, who's coached, Patrick Reed, Bryson DeChambeau,
he's coached some
that's
guys
quite a
that
statement,
have
I feel like.
Sure, yeah.
But it's a great quality. You
don't
believe in
me.
it. Yeah.
I wish I
love
did.
Yeah. Me.
And I would like it to, and I feel like it has, I'd like it to come out softly, quietly, not, arrogance and over the top. But no, do the best players in the world have this as well? And I guess that's probably where it comes from, like being around these guys more often, and then, a few years ago, knowing that clearly they believe in themselves more. Like, can we all hit the cut 7-iron to a back right flag over a bunker? Yes. Who amongst us believes and knows that they're going to do it? The best in the world. So either work your way to that frame of mind, but while you're working to that, don't ever think that you can't pull it off, right? Like, don't bail out left. Like, the best in the world are not, and then sometimes bailing out left is fine and you just shake it off and go get it up and down, because the best in the world do that too. But think that you can pull every shot off, then decide whether or not you want to or whether or not it's the time to. I wish I could give you a better answer as to why I'm like that. I really have no clue why. And for most of my golfing life, competitive golfing life, like, the heightened college and amateur golf and now professional golf, for a while there, I shouldn't have been like that, but I just was. And I knew that in doing that and staying like that, kind of the eternal optimism, that I gave myself a better chance to be successful anyway. So it was a non-negotiable. That was the way I was going to be. And I'm not that way every week. There was a stretch this summer where I felt small, like I couldn't hit any shots. I wasn't going to play good rounds. I wasn't going to shoot good scores. And then all it took was just a conversation with my coach and my brother, my caddy. He's like, are you being your, optimistic self? And I was like, no. So I'm just going to do that now. And then I started having good weeks again. It is that simple. Easy. I would like to create it more and more. Napa, I remember playing a practice round this year, Napa, on Tuesday. I really hadn't hit a good shot in the 9-hole practice round I had played on Tuesday, and I'm not really ever that worried about a Tuesday or Wednesday or Monday for that matter if I get there early enough and choose to not get out of bed and go practice actually on a Monday. But I remember thinking Tuesday on like the 8th hole of the 9 holes we were playing, I'm going to win this golf tournament. I'm going to hit the ball wherever I have to win this tournament. Now, I felt like I won it for sure. I got second. They didn't give me all the money, the master exemption, or the trophy, but I felt like what I did was winning that tournament.
Interesting. Yeah,
I think that's just an innate thing that some people have and some people don't. Yeah. You think that way, and there's other people who are really super talented, same talent level as you, and they think an opposite way. I think that's just a blessing that some people have.
I've seen both sides of it. Fortunately for me, it happens more often than not that I am like that. But I've seen guys with tons of talent who are maybe more talented than I am, but I know that if you give me 25, 30 tournaments a year, I'm going to beat them because I'm just going to think that I'm better and I'm going to think more of myself longer throughout a year that, dude, you don't stand a chance against me over a year, a season, that many tournaments.
Yeah, that's everything I've watched about you. You've always mentioned that, like, if you give me 25 tries, I'm going to play well. I'm going to do my job I need to do.
Yeah.
Well, one guy that obviously thinks he's pretty good at it, Tiger Woods.
Sure.
The greatest of all time. You had a very interesting moment with him at San Diego, and I would love for you to share that story.
So, as I said, the Torrey Pines, everybody had warned me that that's like your first, it'll feel like your first real PGA Tour event. No disrespect to any event that I played before that, because they were all wonderful, wonderfully run, great events.
politician.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
You do have a future in that. We'll get to that too.
Yeah, maybe. So tee times come out. I'm out on the golf course hitting it like shit, like throwing clubs on the ground. So irritated with where the ball's going. Mike, my caddy, before my brother, was with me, and Corey, my coach, was there as well. And like no one was really even talking to me. I was miserable to be around. And I get the tee times Tuesday. You know, they text your phone, and then Corey, I think it was like 15, so like 6. I do not play 18 holes ever Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So we're playing 9 holes. So it was like the 6th hole. He goes, "Do you see who's in front of you?" No, I'm not. I don't. They send me my tee time. I don't need to look up on the app or something to see like who's before or after me. And I am behind Tiger for 2 days. And really, I mean, it took some work on the range. But really, honestly, it was like, okay, I'll be fine this week. Yeah, I'm not showing off in front of Tiger, but if he ever looks behind, which I'm sure he didn't. Yeah,
is that Harry?
Yeah.
Harry?
But if he ever looks back there, I'm going to be the one that's close to the hole. I'm going to be the one that's making a bunch of birdies. I finished 9th that week. That week, I really felt like I could have easily won, which was amazing. If I hold a couple more putts on Sunday, I would have been there. Leishman ran away with it, but I think I would have made it interesting if I hold a couple putts. But no, so I remember Thursday we're playing the North Course, and I started on 10. I'm on 7 green. 8 is a par 3 up above us, and Tiger's up there, and it's kind of like you hit onto 7 green, and then we kind of just back and forth. One putt, they go. One putt, they go, and I had hit it the closest on that hole.
Of course.
Good shot.
Yeah, again, showing off for Tiger,
Yeah,
right? In
course.
case there's a weight up there, in case you look back, I'm the one close.
Harry's tight again.
I missed the putt and made par. But I remember looking up, waiting for Tiger to hit. I mean, as all of us were. And there's no one from the green to the tee. There's no one there because you couldn't see anything. And the fog, like haze, whatever it is there, marine layer, whatever they call it. Yeah, sure. Rolls in, and I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible. Tiger is going through his pre-shot routine. There's a marine layer. You can't see the green from where we were. We were lower. And he looked mythic, right? Like it was like, this is so cool. If I could pull my phone out, and I don't have it on me, it's in my bag, like this is, you would take a picture of this. This looks so sweet. And he gets up there and snap hooks it in the bunker. And you just kind of chuckle, be like, yeah, he's human too. So that was the first encounter. I remember walking out Saturday morning out of the locker room. I walked out of the locker room out of this door, and I'm kind of turning right down the stairs. Tiger came out of some area. I hadn't seen him all week.
Got a different locker room.
And rightfully so. He comes out of some different area, and we're walking down the steps, and it's literally step for step. We're on the same step the whole time. We make it like there's probably 20 steps. We make it 5 or 6 steps down, and I'm like, dude, you got to say something. And he's wearing the metal spikes, and it's a little hazy and marine layer and all this stuff. It's a little damp walking down the steps. And I'm just like, okay, I guess this is what I'm going with. Hey, like, Tiger, you ever worried about slipping in the metal spikes? And he just looks at me and goes, no, you get used to it after a while. And then at that point, it was just like, okay, I'm going to slow up, and I'm just going to let him go to the putting green first. And, I went out and I beat him that day. Had a great day Saturday too. But I feel like I botched my first Tiger interaction.
This is what I'm going with.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with
At
the
least he
spikes.
I had to say something.
It's like the hot chick in high school walking around. All right, say something.
Just say
and
something.
And it comes out and you're
if
like,
it
Jesus
sticks,
Christ,
great,
what
right?
the fuck did I just say?
If it sticks, awesome.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, and I don't think it stuck, I wouldn't pretend that Tiger knows who I am or will ever know who I am.
Close every hole.
Yeah.
Thank you for volunteering.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
thank you
no,
so
like
much,
literally. Man. I think it was you guys that talked like, yeah, I mean, if he comes up to you, if I'm playing with Tiger at one point, I might walk onto the tee and he might think I'm the standard bearer, which I love that. Like, I mean, he's one. I mean, maybe he would say it to me and it would be a laugh. It would be hilarious. I would love that. But it would flip and it'd be like, okay, one, I'm freaking out and I'll freak out all day because I'm playing with Tiger. But if I even get a whiff of that, that's when I really perform my best. If he were to say that out loud to me, I'm either going to go out there and shoot 85 and just bury myself in a hole, or I am going to show off in front of all of you. And if I were to think that I would be, thought of in that like, or he were to say that to me, oh boy, I love my chances.
Well, it's never going to happen. I mean, Tiger's a loyal listener. And
yeah,
he's
big.
Knows, like,
he calls in.
Sure. Going. Yeah, it's never.
I would imagine he will hear this and then he'll come up to me. Oh yeah, no, I'm not going to slip down. You know, I was probably more likely to slip down the stairs because I was so panicked than he was.
I mean, I get it.
Any more encounters with Tiger since then? Or is that it? Is
no,
that the
that's it. I've had
maiden voyage.
I remember walking up. I was going to walk up while he was putting, and Joey, his caddy, was there, who's a New York Giants fan. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and I have Philadelphia Eagle tees. And I was going to walk up and hand them. They were playing the Giants that week. I was going to walk up and hand them Joey the tees and hopefully kind of get like, I'm sure Tiger would have said nothing to me. He was preparing for his round. Probably like, who the hell is this guy giving my caddy tees? And Tiger walked off as I'm walking up, but I still gave Joey the tees. I
bet he used them.
I doubt they make it in the bag. I'd like to think that Tiger started that day with a Philadelphia Eagle tee on the first tee. I'm sure he did.
Yeah, probably striped it too.
He probably did.
This one's from Harry. Yeah. This one's from Harry. Speaking of, let's stay on good stories right now since that's a great one. I want to go back. Let's go to the SMU days, and I think you told us this on the radio show. This is a great story. It's your debut event as a freshman at SMU. You never played before. You're on a plane. I think you're going to Minnesota. And then there's a little situation that takes place. Give us the initiation for Harry Higgs.
Yeah. So about 2 weeks before or maybe a week, regardless. We finished qualifying. I've qualified, and I played great. I mean, I showed up as the cocky 18-year-old freshman, like, all of you guys suck. I'm going to show off for all of you guys. And I had a great qualifying, and then we played, I think it's Pine Dunes. Did you ever go to that place in Athens, Texas?
J-Lord loved Pine Dunes.
And I loved it, too.
Yep.
And Kelly Kraft, who was a senior on the team, I think he shot like 64 or 63 to beat me by a shot over like 8 rounds of qualifying. Like, I felt like I was hot shit. I'm going to come in. I'm going to win qualifying. You guys, you're going to have to kiss the ring. Like, this is the new normal now.
Big Beautiful is the new normal.
Yeah, and I think I shot like 72 the last. I think I might have had a 6 or 7 shot lead. Shot 72, and Kelly, let's call it 7 shots. And so Kelly shot 64 and beat me. But after the qualifying, I was starting to hear that when a freshman travels or I guess anyone travels for their first trip, they have to sing a song on the airplane. Like, you have to get up over the intercom, PA, whatever they call it, system on an airplane and sing a portion of a song. It doesn't have to be the whole song. Just, you got to do about 20, 30 seconds of a song. So I'm in full panic now. Like, the cocky 18-year-old has left the building, and it's like, oh my God, am I really going to have to sing on an airplane? This is unbelievable. So I heard that for about a week, and they're, saying, this is the song I sang. This is a song James Kwan said he just sung Happy Birthday. Like, I don't know why that didn't clue me into it, but I had not heard a lot about it a couple days before the trip. And then we were in the airport, and I'm like, oh, these guys have forgotten about this. This is awesome. I don't have to sing on this plane. Sure enough, before we board, this was back in the iPod days. Before we board, they're like, Harry, what are you going to sing? What are you going to sing? What are you going to sing, Harry? I'm like, oh shit, they've remembered. So I bust out my iPod, headphones and all, and I'm just hitting the fast forward button to the next song. Be like, what one of these songs would I possibly be able to do 20 or 30 seconds of on an airplane? And I come to Ain't No Mountain High Enough, which I don't know. I mean, this was 2010. Lord knows why this was even on my iPod.
Give us a little preview.
Because it's a classic. Because it's an absolute classic, of course.
I know. I need to hear it. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
There it is.
Yeah. And then I did maybe one more verse.
And you were scared to do that?
Well, yes. And so Aaron Stewart was traveling this week as well, which didn't make my job any easier. We board the plane, and Aaron
qualifying must have been pretty easy. He got on the team. Whew, boy,
it was probably easier than I thought. But again, I thought I was hot shit that I've qualified. So Aaron walks on the plane first, and he's just his normal charming self to all the flight attendants. Oh yeah, he tells the story. Freshman's got to sing. Sure, we love that. That's awesome. 2-hour flight to Minnesota, and for an hour and a half. Nothing. No one's come up to. She said, we'll come to you, and we'll at the best time to do this. We'll just have you come up, and you can do it. And great. We're very much looking forward to this. Hour and a half. No one said anything. Nothing. And sure enough, they didn't come to me. She comes over the PA system. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the SMU men's golf team traveling with us today. And as is custom, the freshman on the team who's traveling for the first time has to sing a song to us. And I'm just like, oh, sweet mother. Here we go. I got to do this. So I walk up there, and I remember grabbing it, and you got to hit the little button. I'm like shaking. Am I really going to do this? is this really going to happen? And I was like, yeah, screw it. And I hit the button and sang 20, 30 seconds of the song, and I sat down in my seat. We all kind of sit in, together-ish, maybe window and aisle. And I saw it on every one of those dumbass faces of theirs that none of them ever had to sing before.
But you killed it.
Oh, I killed it. And then sure enough, we flew there at night. Sure enough, the next morning, John Peterson, who was buddies with Kelly, LSU, was there. And John just serenades me on the putting green with Ain't No Mountain High Enough. So, it was great. Team morale was high that I actually was dumb enough to do this. And I tried for every year, so the next 3 years, to try to get the incoming freshman or any new guy traveling to do it, and no one ever did it. And I guarantee you no one's done it since, and I guarantee you no one will ever do it again. Yeah, there you go.
That's a tough act to follow.
I was the only one dumb enough and hard-headed enough to actually pull it off.
I was told by Kelly that you went for about 2 minutes and wouldn't get off the damn microphone by the end of it.
That is, I wish it was true. That is a lie. Okay. I think I might have gone, I felt like an hour. I might have gone 20 seconds.
That's still a lot.
Yeah.
On the intercom.
And I remember when I finished, I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry that I had to just do that. And then hung up and
then
left.
The flight attendant slid her phone number in your pocket.
Call me later. The rest is history.
That hot shit 18-year-old,
Exactly. But I want to go back to Tiger Woods for a second, because he's kind of the guy that changed the game. You know, he's the power game, getting in the gym, which I don't like. I'm not sure how you feel about it.
I do it. Shockingly, I'll admit to it. I feel like it might damage my brand that I just roll off the couch and play. No, I'm not in there as early as Tiger, but I do sweat. I've gotten some flack from people, and I love to scroll through comments on anything that I've ever done. I think I'm just kind of sick in the head. Fortunately, very self-centered and assured in my beliefs that I'm great no matter what. But I have gotten comments, about taking naps and all this. You're terrible for the game. This is atrocious. We've worked so hard to be athletes. What those people commenting don't understand is that I was up at 5 o'clock, full sweat, working my butt off before I even got to the golf course. I get to the golf course early. I warm up. I go play my round. And on those early days when I'm up at 5 and finished at 2, you're damn right I'm going to go take a nap. I'm going to go rest. That's what I'm trying to perform the next day as well. So yes, I do work out. I did work out even yesterday. I did a little too much. I was a little sore today. So that was part of the reason why I was amazed that I actually hit the ball well.
Yeah,
but you played great. You looked great. Yeah. But that's one thing I was going to ask, because I feel like a lot of the bigger guys, myself, you look at guys like Colin Montgomery, Carl Peterson, they get kind of criticized for their weight and everything and say, you know what, you can't compete with Tiger Woods if you don't get in shape. And we've had guys Colin Montgomery, Carl Peterson lose a bunch of weight and their game goes to shit. Has that ever been anything that's ever crossed your mind at all?
Do I need to lose weight? Probably so. Not to be able to move any better. I move just fine. I swing the club fast enough. I hit the ball far enough. It's none of that. Now, will 5-6 years, if I carry all this around for that long and play 25, some odd tournaments, will I maybe get burned out a little sooner? Maybe so. I've never had any injuries, knock on wood, thank God. And I don't envision myself ever getting hurt, because I can't swing it fast enough or move in the way that these guys move to hurt myself.
You're just walking.
Yeah, all we're doing is walking. I'll be the one that trips out of a bunker and, hurts his ankle or something stupid like that. But I'll probably just tape it up and play on it. It's not that big a deal.
Maybe
rub a little dirt on it.
Or maybe doing the bull dance off the 17th tee.
Well, maybe so.
Scottsdale.
It's amazing what you do when people start chanting your name. Yeah. But no, I think I could do a little less. I'm never going to not have a nightcap, a few nights a week. And sometimes that nightcap turns into, I rarely ever finish the second drink I make. I'll give the listeners a little inside scoop. I make my drinks strong. I sip on them. And rarely, if I make a second one, I get about 3/4 of the way done with it. Sometimes half. Rarely do I finish the second drink. So I feel like I'm not drinking and carrying on too much, nothing like that. And I like to do it at home. I don't really care to go out and do all of it. But could I maybe have a few less cheeseburgers while I'm on the road? Yes. I'm really good at breakfast and lunch. I keep those nice and clean. But sometimes after a hard day, I want to order a cheeseburger and French fries. Absolutely. So I just do it.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You just had a pretty damn good year. I wouldn't go messing with the formula.
Bryson's putting on weight.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude. I think y'all are ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the revolutionaries.
I have thought, and I'm surprised no one's pointed out that, if I actually were to work out even harder and maybe watch what I eat a little bit more, I'm basically Bryson just without all the muscles.
Good point.
And brains.
Well,
good point.
Yeah, I'm not nearly as smart as he is. No. Sometimes he thinks he's smarter than he actually is, but he definitely is smarter than me.
Dude, don't sell yourself short.
You played college golf with him. Has he always been this kind of way?
Yeah. He's so good. I mean, he's so good anyway. He's so super talented. But he believes so much in what he's doing that and he loves, like, he just loves to prove people wrong, right? Like, everybody doubts the single length of this, the putting on weight and hitting it 9 miles. So he's just going to prove people wrong. He doesn't really – it fuels him when people doubt what he's doing or what his theories on the game. So the more you doubt him, the better he's going to be.
Yeah.
It's really impressive. Now he also puts in the work to make it work.
He works harder than anybody I've ever seen.
He catches
100%.
so much shit, but I
100%.
respect the way that he has conviction about whatever he believes in. He's like, by God, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna prove everybody right. And it just showed up, and it showed up quickly.
That's why he's so good, because he, no matter whatever he's doing or trying, and sometimes it's week to week. I feel like with him, sometimes it's day to day. He's trying something new, but he believes so much in it, and he is so talented that he's going to be great. We got him to use a normal length lob wedge for about 2 weeks at SMU his freshman year, especially kid from California moving to Dallas, Bermuda turf. It gets a little harder to chip, and it's harder to chip. I don't necessarily believe in what he does, but yeah, I mean, if all of my clubs were the same length, absolutely my 7-iron looks like it's easier to hit than my 4. Mm-hmm. Like, it makes some sense. The wedges where I kind of think, maybe they should be, not as long and not as upright. That's just my belief. I feel like a lot of people would second that. But we did. We got him to use a normal length lob wedge for about 2 weeks. And then he was like, and he was chipping it much better. But he was like, you know what? I'm going to stick with my way, and I'm going to become good with this length club made this way for me. I'm going to become a great chipper. And the reason he became a great chipper was because he was out there for 8-10 hours a day chipping. Like, he just believes in his way of doing it, and he's going to prove people wrong through hard work.
And it's working.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with the results.
Yeah,
There's
and
no doubt
it's
about
working.
that.
I want to go to something that you just said, because you said, I don't want to damage my brand here and talk about working out and things like that, because you obviously you've become very quickly, one of the biggest fan favorites out there. I know it's been different because there aren't any fans on the PGA Tour, but you said you read Twitter and you read all the comments and things like that. When did you become aware that, like, oh my God, like, people seem to really, really be liking what I'm doing?
Scottsdale for sure. I guess it was all still this year. Now, people aren't following you that week, right? They hit you on the holes where all the people are gathered. But I somehow birdied 16 on Friday, and just like everybody was chanting my name and all this stuff. Like, that was really cool. That was a big week, I guess, for my quote unquote brand. I don't think I'll ever have a brand. You say that attitude. Well, you say that kind of tongue in cheek as you're kind of working.
No, you legitimately do. Like, you have an aura about you that people gravitate towards.
Sure. I mean, I probably look like them. I probably look like the people that are outside the ropes, on their 10th beer at 2 p.m. Like, I look like you, but I'm the one inside the ropes, excelling, hitting unbelievable golf shots. Like, I think that resonates with people in a weird way, and it's still weird to think of it and discuss, like, people have taken a liking to me, and it has been hard to tell because we haven't had fans. And my brother and I go back and forth. He's dead set that when we start back up, whenever normal can be normal again, that I'm going to have, I don't think it'll ever be thousands of people, but I'm going to have potentially hundreds of people just coming to watch me play golf, which I never thought that would ever be possible. He is of the thought that is going to be the case, that people are going to come watch me play golf. People don't really watch, and they're not going to really ever watch me Thursday or Friday. But maybe over the weekend, when more people are around, they will actually be, hey, let's go follow Harry's group, which would be awesome. I love playing in front of people. I'm of the thought that it's still going to be my mom and dad, and then maybe if friends are coming out that week, maybe they're going to be there. That's it. Like, I don't think there's going to be people watching me unless I'm around the lead Saturday or Sunday, but we'll see we've got a little side action. We're gonna see who's right.
I don't think he's far off. I think you got a name that's, when you take away the top 10, 15, all these guys like that are the big names in golf, when you go down that list a little bit further, like yours is a name that the average casual golf fan will recognize, like, oh yeah, that's the guy, let's go watch him. I know him, I've seen him on Twitter, or I heard his podcast or whatever.
Big,
that you are he's big, beautiful. If
I can tell you
that, then tell him to piss off.
And my groups are gonna probably wind up being more fun. I mean, most days I'll probably talk with you. I'll probably bullshit with you. If I hear something funny, I'll laugh. I mean, I can't wait for the day when I'm on a tee about to hit a shot and somebody's phone rings. I'm going to go answer it. Like, hey man, give me that. I'm going to let them know. Can you please call this guy back at a later time? He's interrupting me at work.
Yeah, big
here,
beautiful
man.
here. Yeah, I'm about ready to hit a 7-iron.
Hey, I'm gonna hit this high cut off this bunker here. Can you just give me a second?
I'm about to hit the best 7-iron you ever heard of.
Your guy will hang back and give you a call back in a minute or two.
This can wait.
Well, I'll tell you a group you didn't answer your cell phone in, and that was back in Dallas a few years ago. You got the honor of playing with the great George W. Bush.
Yeah.
Out at Preston Trail. First off, I've met the guy, one
Sure.
of the coolest men on the planet. Love talking to him.
Yes.
How did that day come about, and what was it like?
So we didn't play a full round. We were out there
you
at
got
Preston
cheated.
Trail. Well, yeah. We were out there at Preston Trail in the afternoon, so I'm sure it was his second go around, if not maybe even more. But we got to 15. I played the last 4 holes with him. We got to 15 tee, and he was coming up behind us. And you just let the man go. I mean,
of course.
No one goes faster.
And he
served
hums, right?
I
He
mean,
goes.
no one goes faster. He plays through damn near every group through 18 holes. He's playing through somebody, as he should. We were kind of stacked up. There were a few too many groups, and I think he knew the guy that was hosting us, and I think that they briefly spoke and said it was me, my brother, and another kid that played at SMU, and they kind of thought, okay, well, these guys are, they're decent at golf, right? Like maybe I can just join them. We'll just play the last couple holes because I can't really hop through all these people in the next 4 holes. So we did. We played 4 holes. It was great. I mean, I doubt he would remember me, nor should he. But it was great. I mean, he's hilarious. Like, he can give the needle. He might be the owner of the needle. Like, he can. I remember hitting a shot on 17. I pulled a wedge 25 feet, and he's like, "Are you really playing golf at SMU at a high level with that kind of shot?" And he's good. He might not be. He's good. Is he good enough to say that to someone like me? No. But can he say that because of who he is?
100%.
Absolutely. And I loved it, right? Like it was a great 4 holes. It was not what I was expecting that day at all, but it was an awesome way to finish.
Who wins a golf match, the Bush family or the Perot family?
Oh, I think that match is won. I think that match is won on the first tee.
Yeah.
I would give a slight edge to the Bush family.
Why so?
Because I think the Perots will bail and wind up giving him too many strokes, being very
So
kind.
the negotiating skills of the Perot family, you would say,
that match is
stack
won and
up.
lost on the first tee.
I should have saved that for you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it'd be out negotiated on T1.
Yeah.
The Bushes would out negotiate
Wow.
the Perot.
So who would have thought the Perots
Those
would have it
Perots,
out?
dude,
It's
shocker.
negotiated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, they've been known for a
Phil
lot of
Perot
things.
has not been out negotiated many times in his life.
Oh,
But
my
I think
God,
in that
that's
regard, he would be.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this because you mentioned earlier, like you were playing at Memorial, you were
Sure.
when you weren't feeling your best, and you were throwing. You said you were slamming clubs and things like that. Whenever we see you on TV and the broadcasters and things like that say it, like you seem like you're just happy-go-lucky, everything's great, you're smiling, you look like you're having a great time out there. Is there any dark side of you that's got the freak out, lose my shit, break a club type of gene? Is that in there anywhere?
It is. I'm probably fortunate. I think I've been caught saying the F word maybe 5 or 6 times on television now.
I'll take the over.
You're in good company.
Caught.
You're in good
5
company.
or 6 times.
I've heard it more.
Yeah,
You
okay,
and
well-
Justin Thomas are in a battle.
Yeah, and sure, I'd love to be in a battle with him in just about anything.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
There is a dark side. I do not intentionally have this happy-go-lucky. It's just kind of what if I am doing that, I'm usually performing my best. Internally, it's never as happy-go-lucky and sunshines and rainbows as anybody would tell you. When you would the same, like you're smiling and laughing, you've hit a great shot, but you know that you've got to continue to execute that shot and then another 12, 15 times that day, and that can be stressful at times. I just perform my best when I'm like that, and I need to be more like that. Especially the last few events of the fall, I got like too quiet, and I'm loud when I talk, but I'm not that talkative in a group. I mean, I am. In between shots, we'll talk, but I need to be more just smiley and silly and then just get over the ball, focus, hit your shot, and go. Sea Island this year on Friday, I threw a lob wedge in the water.
I was told from your caddy it accidentally slipped
It
out
was
of your
an
hand.
accident, but boy, was I going to slam it really hard. I had made a mess of the hole already. I had a poor chip out, and I had a lob wedge, and I was in the sand, like the waist area, and I was just going to throw it right in front of me and just kind of let go, and I was it was hundreds of mile an hour on this toss, and I let go a little too early, and it just flew in the water, and we walked up, and I chipped in that hole with my 56, so...
See?
Golf pride doesn't make them like they used to.
Lee Trevino said you don't need a 60, man. Listen to him.
I need a 60.
Is that a hard thing on tour? Because I was always the guy, like, we played today, right? I love to yuck it up. I'm always the guy that played my best when I was yakking and playing.
Sure.
When I play with buddies,
You play your best and your worst when you're yakking.
Well, there's some other things that go into me playing my worst. But yeah, I always used to love to play with guys that would also banter with me and talk and in between and not just like laser focus. Is that hard on the PGA Tour, being that there aren't that many guys that'll do that?
Yeah, it is. It's hard. It's easier when you're grouped with friends or you group with like-minded individuals, right? That are going to have fun and are going to laugh and tell jokes and joke about good shots, great shots, anything like that. I have found a couple guys that I've played with make it easier, and then most of the time, like, and rightfully so, it's big business for these guys. Like, they're out there to perform, do their job, address any issues after the round, and then go rest up, right? Maybe go take a nap. So no, it is difficult. I need to be a little better at it. I need for it to come out more often that I am gonna. It's really not even laughing and joking, but just something as simple as just smile. Like, it's pretty fun. I remember at Colonial, it was the first event back, and I remember it's a place, having gone to SMU, that I went to the Colonial event 3 or 4 times just watching, and now I'm walking in the fairways playing. It was like on Saturday, and I remember I think I birdied like the first 3 holes. And I'm on 4, like, just taking it all in. Like, this is sweet. I mean, this is really, really cool. I parred 4, which was a hard hole, and then I hit it so far right. I mean, it might have been right of the river. And I think I might have shot, I think I was 3 under through 3 and shot maybe even or 1 over. So that went away quick, like that appreciation of, this is really cool. Like, this is something that I've watched. This is something that I've always wanted to do. And now I get to be out here doing it. That stuff goes away when you don't have great results, right? Like, you kind of want to hide, and you don't want people to see these shots that you're hitting. I was on 5 at Colonial, and I remember there was people, it backs up to the road. There was people on the fence, and they were, "Hey, Harry, you want a Bud Light?" And I kind of like turned to them, and I'm sure now at this point I'll say something because I'm 3 under through 4. I turned to them and was like, I would love one, but I can't have one. I'm kind of at work here, and they laugh, and it was great. And we have a wait because it's a hard hole. And then, sure enough, I hit it so far right. It's like,
I don't want a beer anymore.
Yeah, I don't want a beer anymore.
Leave me
like, I got
alone.
to drop and now hit a boomerang slice just to get it back in play. Like, that sucked. I just need to be better at bringing that out more often and earlier in a week. This is when I perform my best, so why not do it?
Yeah. But it's hard to do to like.
It is. It is really hard.
It is very difficult when you're in the midst of competition. But now you can bring it out because it's time for the emergency 9.
Okay.
Yeah, our 9 fun questions to get to know big, beautiful Harry Higgs.
My answers are supposed to be short, right?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
It's your show.
I can talk.
Go as long as you want, dude.
All right. First one, we asked this to all our guests. I know you're a big fan, so you know it. Okay. Movie made about the life of big, beautiful Harry Higgs. Any actor, dead or alive, who plays you?
It's Chris Pratt. Just because on.
Okay.
No.
That's not what I was expecting. At all.
Me and Sleaze actually, for the first time ever, agreed on who plays you.
Okay, well, no,
it's not Chris Pratt.
I keep seeing comments on Twitter like, has anybody seen Harry Higgs and Chris Pratt in the same room? Apparently, I look like him.
Really?
Now, he's a much more buff version of me. But maybe if Chris Pratt eats some cheeseburgers, he could play me.
Are those your burner accounts? Who's tweeting?
No, I don't do burner accounts. Come on, I'm not important enough for burner accounts.
Well, Sleaze and I both agree.
Oh, dude, it's a no-brainer.
I mean, Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's just
a long game poly, dude. The teardrops and raindrops or whatever. Bro. That's like literally based on your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm riding with Chris Pratt.
But Chris Pratt. Hey, it's your movie, dude.
It is my movie. It's a movie about me.
You're the guy. You're everything.
God, how great would a movie about me be?
Great, big, beautiful. The life and times.
4 people would watch that. The 4 people in this room.
3.
Yeah.
You might have lost one of the Perot's after.
He would.
The Bush comments.
I doubt the Perot's go to movie theaters.
It might be 3 now. All right, next question. This is a rare, serious one in E9. What's the biggest misconception about you?
Ooh,
philosophical.
That's deep.
Yeah, dude. This is
like
what
Chris
we do.
Pratt.
Probably the thought that, like, I don't even like drinking on the golf course. The thought that, he's always out getting drunk. Like, he looks like a guy that rolled out of bed after hammering, 10 drinks at a bar the night before, and now he just goes out and plays, and he plays well. Like, no, I mean, it's the gym before to warm up. This takes a lot of work to be good at this, especially at this level.
I got a theory that I think you're a very smart dude, but like fairly like pretty intellectual, but you like kind of you don't hide behind it, but like you have this brand of like, I'm the everyday guy. I'm the dude that the frat guys are gonna get behind, and that the Saturday golfers are gonna get behind. But in theory, I think in real life you are probably a very smart dude. Fact or no?
I mean, honestly, I would say no. Now, did I have success in school? Yes. But did I have that success because I learned things quickly and I knew everything and I was very smart and well-read? No, I knew the system, right? Like, I kind of always guessed what they would ask us, and I would just be able to come up with it. Like, I was the fly by the seat of my pants guy. Like, sometimes my grades were low, and then all of a sudden I would bring them up because, like, okay, I'm gone all the time, as you know, playing college golf. Like, you develop relationships with professors. Hey, I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. Where are you going? Hawaii. And, like, normally that's, okay, this guy, if he's anywhere near an A, I'm just giving him a B because he's never here. But I would just take the time to get to know them and all, and a lot of them,
there's some
golf
intellect
and
to that,
this.
though,
Yeah.
a little street
So
savvy.
I would say intellect. I view that as a compliment. I don't know that
I mean it as that.
Yeah, and I don't know that
there's-
I've really ever heard it. I know. I guess you know the things you know, and I don't really know what I know. But I'm good. I would say I'm good. Common sense, street smarts kind of thing. Good with. I hope. I would assume. I mean, now we're here. We've got an audience that I'm good with people. Like, I can talk to people, and usually I would like to say that I'm not a total bore. You wouldn't want to be in a room with me. Like, it doesn't get to 20 minutes of conversation with Harry. It's like, God, I got to get away from this guy. Where's the bar? Right? Like, I would say that most of the time it is people do want to not even want to hear what I say, but I can carry on a conversation well enough that it's like, yeah, maybe and usually when they see me again, oh yeah, I remember you, Harry. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm always going to remember Harry Higgs forever. But oh yeah, I remember him. I enjoyed an evening, sitting at his table or something like that.
I enjoyed an evening.
Yeah, with Harold.
Yeah.
I
All right.
think there's more beneath the surface.
Number 3.
All
right, number 3. This one.
Well, don't ask me.
That's like maybe the first.
He just asked me
one I've
basically
ever
if I
asked.
was
You got out
smart.
of control over there.
I don't think I'm that smart.
We're digging beneath
You
layers
started
right
talking
now,
about
bro.
the gym now, which makes this question kind of very disappointing. But I wanted to know, what do you hate more, the gym or the Dallas Cowboys?
The Cowboys. I don't love the gym either, but I hate the Cowboys.
How'd that game work out for you last Sunday?
Not great. I mean, it's a Philadelphia Eagles fan. If you go 2-14 and you beat the Cowboys twice, it's a decent year. We've beat them once, and then we got killed when it mattered most, which is not normal, right? Like, we've been beating the Cowboys when the game matters the most recently.
Okay, calm down. Die, Eagles, die.
Recently. No, Dallas sucks. I just did a podcast.
Hey, finish the sentence. Now you CD. Thank you from the audience.
The gallery got it. The gallery
Thank you.
got it.
I didn't know what the hell you were talking about. No. Dallas sucks. Yeah.
There's poor
I
sales
try to
signs
wear-
going up at
It's
your
America's
crib
team.
right
Don't worry
now.
about it.
It's not America's
It
team.
is America's
Get the
team.
hell out of here.
All right, next question. If you could sit down and have a couple of chilled Tito's with any living person on the planet, who would it be?
Why are his questions so hard?
I'm a thinker,
They're
dude.
normally the ridiculous
Yeah,
ones.
Normally it's like,
I mean,
what's your browser's
present-
password?
Yeah. Present company excluded. Boy, I don't know. Living or dead?
Yeah, you can go dead if you want.
So I just finished watching The Crown, which I mean, we've got on Netflix. I got too much time. I'm convinced that all PGA Tour players, if we were the only ones that could buy it, it would be fine. Like, it's all we do. I would love to have a Tito's with Winston Churchill, which is probably no one thought of. I mean,
see, this goes to my point before.
I mean, that dude woke up, like, went to war, helped defeat Germany, and what were they, the Axis power, whatever it was? I don't remember. I didn't really pay attention in history class. But just woke up every day, smoked a cigar, ran a country. Like, I'd love to have a Tito's with him. Do I get another one?
Sure.
Yeah, dude. This is your show.
It's your drinks.
Yeah, it's my drinks.
You can have whatever, how many
got
people
Chris
you
Pratt
want.
acting. You can have as many
I
drinks
could
as
do
you
it,
want.
Winston Churchill. See, that goes to what I was speaking to earlier.
Yeah, they're like sneaky. I would like to say I was named after my mom's dad, her dad, Harry, and he died when she was young, so I never met him. I kind of feel like kind of go sappy and emotional. I think I'd like to have a Tito's with the guy I was named after.
That's fair.
That's very fair.
That's absolutely.
That'd
be a hell of a.
Yeah, I only know what
Churchill.
I've been told of him. I've been told that we were a lot alike, oddly enough, but I would love to sit and have a Tito's with him.
I would too, because he sounds
I like him already.
All right, number 5. There's probably going to be some Tito's involved in this answer. There's no surprise. You like a good meal. I like a good meal.
Yeah.
We're going to fast forward a little bit. Harry Higgs is your Masters champion. Okay? You get to host the Champions Dinner. What is on the menu? It's your dream meal. This is your time to shine. Tiger's going to be there.
And we've all, as
And
golfers, we've all thought of this and done it. Yeah, I'm sitting
About those hard
I'm
spikes?
sitting right next to Tiger.
Yeah.
Tiger?
How are those
Right
spikes,
here.
bro?
Right here, brother.
Slippery.
Boy. It's probably a tie between. Actually, yeah, I would. I'm convinced that I would do. I'm just going to serve just like Philadelphia cheesesteaks. You boys got to eat them. If you don't eat them, you go hungry. Like if you're not into bread or something like that.
Philly
cheesesteaks.
It's a tie between Kansas City barbecue or Philadelphia cheesesteaks, and I think the cheesesteaks have got to be A1, and the 1A Philly cheesesteaks, 1B is Kansas City barbecue.
Arguably the most disappointed I've ever been. In an answer on Golf Subpar.
I like that. No,
that's a great answer. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's a simple one.
You clearly haven't had a good Philly cheesesteak.
Well, I got another food one that I just audibled into out of what I had here, but this speaks we're gonna go a little deeper here. All right, you're well-traveled man. You've been all around the world, all around the U.S. for sure. Big debate today earlier on the after our golf round. Are you an In-N-Out guy? Or are you a Whataburger guy? You get one for the rest of your life. Which one are you going with?
I think I've had Whataburger once.
You live in Dallas?
You live in Dallas?
Dude, you just said, I hate Dallas.
I'm not
they're open 24 hours, sir.
Yeah, I'm not a big fast food guy. I go to In-N-Out more. I think it would be In-N-Out.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. West Coast bias.
Very interesting.
West Coast bias. You're welcome in Scottsdale anytime. If Dallas kicks you out after the Dallas Cowboys
I like
and that
In-N-Out,
answer, you're in.
Wow.
It is a tie, but I don't want to be the guy.
No,
I like them both. I go with In-N-Out.
I'm very surprised.
No, that's the right answer. That's the correct answer.
I'm getting to know Harry Higgs a lot here.
That's the correct answer.
I'm not sure if I like him as much as I did at the start.
I think most people, if they got to know me, they wouldn't really like me as much.
Yeah. All right.
Surface level, you're 10.
Oh, yeah,
I love
him.
even more.
Yeah.
In-N-Out's the correct answer.
Oh, Harry.
Right. Fire, Colt.
Number 7. Have you ever had a wardrobe malfunction at a tournament? Think back to all your golf tournaments you played over the years. What do you got?
I look like a stuffed sausage the morning of the first round in Cabo.
Please explain.
Yeah, what's that mean?
Senior year, all these dumbass freshmen from California couldn't ever pack the right stuff, right? It was so simple. It was like 2 pairs of gray pants, and then we did wear white pants, which I did not like, and nor should I. And I have not worn them since, and I will never wear white pants. I'm too big for that. So I've been giving kids constantly all year long. How do you get, like, they're literally sending us photos of what to bring. They're bringing wrong shirts and all this, wrong hats, wrong belts, wrong pants, all over these kids. And it was like the second, third to last event. And I had the correct outfit on, right? Like it was the correct pants and the correct shirt. For me, all these little tiny kids had to do, hem the pants and get the shirts brought in. For me, it was 38, 34 pant, XL shirt. I'm good. I pack them in the plastic. I pull them out. I wear them. That's it. That's all I needed. So I packed a bunch of the shirts and the pants wrapped in the plastic. First round we get, we're staying at Paul Lloyd's house, which was lovely. I've got this awesome room by myself, king bed, great. And it's a little dark in the morning. We're getting up and I'm putting this on. I'm like, these don't really fit. I put the pants on. I put the shirt on. I'm like, what's going on here? Like this, I had like a 34, and I was wearing a medium shirt. And I remember, I didn't even really, but I walked downstairs and I was like, guys, what do I do? I look like a stuffed sausage. Like everything is everything is encased. Like it looked like I'm ready to pop through the shirt and the pants for that matter. And I was just so panicked. I had no idea what to do. And they're like, dude, just go up there and put one of the wrong outfits on, or go up there and find something that fits. You can't play in that.
You can't wear that.
So I did. I had to be the guy. I think we were wearing dark gray pants and a dark blue shirt, and I was out there in khaki pants and a red shirt.
I got the quote.
Where'd the medium come? Where'd all this stuff come from?
They just sent me. I mean,
you didn't check
whether
it.
or not
it was in the case.
Whether or not I grabbed it from the medium pile, I would never have done that. I've never been a medium.
Not a man like you.
I haven't been a medium since I was 10.
Right. Medium.
So I and they were labeled as they were labeled correctly.
Yes.
They were labeled 38, 34, and XL, but the shirts and the pants were not the right thing for me. And it was.
Well, let me give you the description from your
that
two coaches.
Incredible.
It was Josh Gregory at the time, and Jason Inlow was the assistant. Inlow said you come down from your master bedroom suite because you're the senior. You've got it on.
Oh, I had a master
Here
suite.
comes Harry with a shirt that looked like he painted it on.
Yep.
And pants that were tighter than Lululemon yoga pants.
And they were better than calf high, yeah.
Yeah, he said, yep, shin high, he said. And he said, quote, did you and Gregory switch to that slim fit shit?
Oh, that Eurofit shit he was trying to get us to wear. No, man. Oh, I forget about that one. I'm so glad that that's... And then
I heard you put it on again.
Yeah, so I was just getting to this. All the families, my mom and dad were there. A few other players, their mom and dad were there. The house was great. We had everybody over for dinner. We had a chef. And they were compliance people. Sure, we're going to come to the Cabo event. And the story gets told at dinner as to why I was wearing the wrong shit this day. And sure enough, everybody's like, go put it on. Go put it on. And again, much like singing on the damn airplane, of course I went up there and put it on and paraded around for dinner, and it was lovely.
You're
right?
a showman, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I
did.
Dig up a picture.
I looked like I do not. I mean, I didn't take any photos of myself that day, nor do I ever. But I would be surprised that there would not be a photo, and I'm surprised that one hasn't surfaced.
Give it time. We got some time before this episode comes out.
You're a show, dude. You're SMU.
There's another one, and I don't know that anybody will be able to get a hand on it, and Hill would know. I may or may not have competed in I'll say 40-yard dash. It was maybe 40 feet at Trinity Forest, and I won. That's one thing people would be surprised about. I am not fast. Certainly not fast.
No,
so
that is surprising.
But I am a lot faster than I look. I got pretty good leg speed, and I can move. If it gets going downhill and I don't fall over, it's actually I can't say fast because I'm not fast, but it's kind of impressive. And I dusted Sans Chipman in this little race. Now, before
Sans Chipman,
yes,
dude.
who's a real person and a great man.
I know Sans. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know.
He's a real person, right?
It's
not a fake name.
Of that,
yes.
No.
I'll text There's videos of it.
Holy shit!
Now we're gonna wait and see. It's probably gonna be when I win. It's gonna be me running, shirt off. Obviously, I took my shirt off as the showman that I am, and just dusted these guys. The video is probably going to wind up being me running shirt off, and then whoever I beat that finished in second just put his head on Sans.
God, here's hoping.
Oh, yeah. I just got to win. I got to win soon.
Yes.
If I'm able to locate that video, do I have your authority to post that to various social media outlets?
You have my authority. You need to we need to work on the timing of it.
Okay.
It needs to be after I win.
Releases?
Yeah.
Okay.
It needs to be after I
win. So you're
win.
saying we can't make it an Instagram teaser for this interview?
For this show, if it's you running against Sans,
I've yet to see. That's the thing. I've yet to say no. I don't have any representation here.
Trust me.
I mean, these guys would all say yes.
If it exists, it will be located tonight.
And I'm totally cool. That is me. I took my shirt off. I did it. Right. Sure, go ahead.
I love that.
I love that you started that story with, this may be a surprise to you guys, but I'm not super fast.
Okay, got it.
But I'm faster than I look.
That is a surprise.
I'm faster than I look, and I can dance well.
You're a little crocodile. Well, the dancing doesn't surprise me. The running,
I'm a showman.
I feel like I had that pegged. All right, next question. In your PGA Tour bio, it says that if you didn't play golf, you'd like to be a senator, governor, or possibly even president, okay?
Yeah.
If you were running for president and you had to select a VP amongst the PGA Tour pros, who's your VP?
It's not a golfer, it's a caddy.
Oh, here we go.
Could you guess?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
with
I have two guests.
Aaron Fleener.
Yeah.
That was my first one. My next one was Gino.
Oh shit, Gino might even be better.
He's like some sort
Gino's
of cabinet
not
member.
the same as me. Gino is an intellectual. Gino is smart, and he might not come off as it, and he might not ever want to come off as it.
He hides
but
it
Gino's a genius, especially dealing with Joel.
Yeah.
Who
Gino
we all
is Joel
love
Damon's
a
caddy.
ton. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, damn, it might have to be Gino.
See,
but I think
I don't know if you
yeah.
can have co-VPs.
Why not? I'm the president.
Good point.
Yeah.
You run the whole world.
But I think if
Smart
Fleener,
fella.
if Fleener and I were running this country, I don't know how it would go, but it sure seems like it'd be a great idea. We would have a lot of fun.
That's a nice campaign. See you two in some debates.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sure. I won't prepare anything, but I'll go up there and talk.
Yeah,
Sure.
of course.
Yeah.
Gotta have to loosen up the
Got
dress.
my vote.
Yeah.
Loosen up
I'm
the
in.
dress code a little bit. Bring the buttons down a couple notches.
I mean, I could never be president, but it was a little fun.
That's
to
legit.
mess
That
around.
you're
Yeah.
If you
We
if
had a little
golf
bit of
didn't
fun
exist
with
tomorrow,
the-
you'd want to get into politics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it seems miserable.
It looks like the worst shit of all
I
time.
don't understand, and I don't understand anything about politics. I don't understand how people can disagree about so many things. Like, it can't be that hard. Sure, I mean you can have one side, I can have the other, and be like, we can find some common ground in this.
That makes too much sense.
Yeah,
That's
it just
it.
turned into this. It's a shit show.
Higgs 2024.
I mean, it's just it really is. Just
Fleener, Higgs.
But no,
Higgs,
I'm not.
Fleener.
Higgs Fleener.
That's
Wow.
a hell of a
Yeah.
ticket. Hell of a ticket.
what do I have to be? I have to
Big,
be
beautiful, and big cat.
Oh,
2024.
I have to be 35 to run for president,
Yeah,
right?
35.
They may have some stupid rule about
Yeah,
that.
you're gonna have to wait till another term.
Yeah.
Next 2028.
6 years.
2028. You're in.
2028.
Yep.
Do you have another one? Because I know you.
No, I
had one in
audibled
there.
out to the in
okay,
and out,
perfect.
but I'm
so
done.
last question.
Okay.
Okay. Back in the day, I got a good call. I got a call from my good friend Pat Perez, PGA Tour player, and he goes, "Hey, I need to talk to you about something." And I was like, "Oh shit, this kind of sounds kind of serious." I was like, "What's up?" And he's like, "I was looking at your PGA Tour profile, and it says you're 5'9", 215." He goes, "Look, you can lie about one, you can't lie about both."
Yeah.
So got a good chuckle out of that. I was like, "Perfect. I'm 215, whatever." Fine. Okay.
Change
So,
my height to whatever.
meanwhile, last night when I was getting ready for this interview, I strolled through yours.
Yeah.
And it says you're 6'2", 235. Who do you think was telling the truth more, me or you?
About your weight or about the height?
Well, I guess either one. I mean,
Okay.
I'm definitely 6'2".
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
see, when you're
that's
6'2",
accurate.
you don't have to lie about your height.
Yeah.
Who's closer in pounds accurately on their bio?
Is this while Colt was playing?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you changed?
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
He's perfect.
Colt was definitely more truthful.
Hey, we both lied. Who cares?
Yeah, maybe 235 plus 35.
Yeah, who cares? It's fine.
it's-
Look,
your own
it was the
bio.
same damn bio I wrote I could be president in. I mean,
Yeah.
And Chris
I think
Pratt's
I-
playing you in a movie. I mean,
dude.
it's no
I
big
remember
deal.
they asked like what are
Liberal
you-
interpretation.
This was 2014 when I was first in Latin America. I remember they had like write down your 2 favorite websites, and the guy that I was buddy was doing it right here. It's like, should we put a porno website?
Yeah,
on
browsers
here? Like,
and YouPorn.
I mean,
It doesn't seem like it's
so
good for
yeah, I might have fibbed about my weight.
No problem at all. I
Yeah.
respect
dude.
it.
Yeah.
Harry Higgs,
You
been
write
an
your own
absolute
book.
blast.
Thank you so much,
Love it,
dude.
boys.
Yeah,
Appreciate
that was
it.
great. Thank you.